named the foremost representative of the peaceful struggle for free expression in China. He's a 34-year-old Chinese activist, Hu Jia. He was mentioned in the European Parliament recently, when along with his wife was a runner-up in the Sarahov Prize. Well, on the second last day of 2007, Hu Jia was arrested at his home in Beijing again. Guilty once more, for having an opinion. Or in the words of Chinese police, subverting state authority. Last week, the European Parliament adopted a resolution to send to Chinese authorities. Why? To have the innocent human rights activist and all other similar prisoners freed. In 2007, the European Union was the home of 50 terrorist attacks. How many will we entertain this year? Hopefully none, but just in case, it's better to be prepared. The European Commissioner for Justice, Freedom and Security has publicised his concern. Along with his colleagues in Brussels, he plans to introduce, or at least propose, the idea of an entry-exit system. An operation that would allow the EU to keep track of who's entering and who's going out of the bloc. Because the US Homeland Security announced last week that he too was enforcing stricter security checks on us for when we fly to the States from the EU. Since you made your first call, how much have you spent on your mobile phone? Because if I do my sums right, since I got my first mobile at the age of 16, and if I spend around 20 euros a month, I've already spent around $2,000 on the thing. So this week's news that European mobile phone users are often billed over 20% more than the actual time of their calls has peeved me off. According to the European Commission, we are being charged on a per-minute basis instead of for the actual time of our call. As in, if I call you for 20 seconds, I'm charged for a full minute. Any excuse to rip us off, huh? Enlarged tongues, squashed faces, intestinal blockages, and brain abnormalities. The side effects that an animal can suffer if cloned. The debate is on again, whether or not we should eat cloned animals. The European Group of Ethics in Science and New Technology has said that it's not ethically justified and needs to respect animal welfare norms. First there was mad cow, then there was blue tongue. Fatal diseases that, although sound surreal, can have dire consequences. Health Commissioner Marcus Cipriano has taken the reins on this one and announced that the EU will give money to all the member states on one condition: that they put the blue tongue vaccination programmes in place urgently before the disease spreads again this summer. If not, the livestock industry could be destroyed and the consequences are not even worth talking about. And finally, the time is the 27th of January. The place is Cannes, the event, the European Border Breakers Award. The popular music extravaganza is taking place for the 5th time to put the spotlight on deserving European artists. Seemingly 60% of us listen to music daily, and the industry not only enlightens us culturally, but it employs over 650,000 people in Europe. So 10 European artists will be receiving an EBBA at this year's ceremony. One of them is the face of the Irish band The Cranberries, Dolores O'Riordan. The famous French philosophical rapper Abd al-Malik will be there too, giving out prizes, a guy that will be singing a lot of this year as he's an ambassador for the European Year of Intercultural Dialogue. Well, that's all for today. Have a great one. I'll see you tomorrow in Your Pocket News. Bye-bye.